Hello everybody, it's Patty here with Patty Stitches. Today is October the 6th, 2025, and this is episode 322. And on today's show, I have a finished object and a new start that the wheel picked. So sit back and relax, grab your beverage of choice. Water for me today, your craft of choice, and let's chat. So, how was everybody's week? Mine was really good. My stitchy bug decided it was back. And so I got a lot of things I worked on this last week. I did make a decision about one project that I'm taking out of the Halloween stitch. But yeah, I had a really good week of stitching. Friday, I did go to knitting with the girls, but yeah, Thursday I forgot to go to my mammogram appointment. Oops. Yeah, didn't get a text reminder for them or anything. My phone went off twice with those notifications that you have an appointment. I completely spaced it, didn't even do anything with those beeps because I've gotten so used to everything around beeping at you that I didn't even pay attention to the mammogram appointment. I don't have a problem. It's just my annual screening. Yeah. So I've got to call in with them. Hopefully they'll call me back so I can make a new appointment. Bad podcaster, bad. But yeah, it should, yeah, everything is fine. I don't have breast cancer in the family. On my maternal side, my paternal side, my aunt, which was his half sister, did have breast cancer, but she is a survivor and is doing well as far as I know. Let's see what else. Oh, I wanted to come in here and say thank you so much to Terry and Joe from the Absent-Minded Stitchers. They shouted me out last week. I was completely floored, completely unexpected, and I really appreciate all their kind thoughts that they shared with others. So if you're not watching, go over and check out the Absent-Minded Stitchers with Joe and Terry. Great podcast. Really lovely ladies. Love all the things that they stitch, and just listening to their voices is very fun. So yeah, hi ladies. Let's see. Like I said, Friday went knitting, had a really great time. Sunday we had the littles. They had a blast. They actually spent more time outside than inside. It was warm. It was warm. It was in the 50s. So they spent most of the time out back in our fenced-in yard. I'm not sure. I think I told you that, guys, that I had bought at one of those playhouses, just one of those big wood playhouses. And I had it covered and ready for winter. I didn't think they were going to want to go out there again. But they wanted the cover off. They spent so much time throwing things in and out of that house, running around the backyard, finding the only muddy bit of dirt out back. They found that. So yeah, I swept twice. Gotta sweep again because I found some more. So yeah, it was a blast. They had so much fun. Grandpa took them to, we have a school in our neighborhood, so they went to the school and played on the equipment there for about, I think it was like a half an hour, and then they came back and played out back for the rest of the day. They hardly were in the house. I have Ring cameras, so my Ring camera notifications said I had 100 notifications of somebody setting up the Ring camera. So yeah, that was a blast. I would turn it on and talk to them through the Ring camera. They thought that was funny. So it was great. They had such a great time, and I'm really happy that they did. They didn't even set up the Halloween store. I mean, the oldest one took 2 boxes out to set up the Halloween store, and that's as far as the Halloween store got. So I think it's supposed to be rainy this week, but I can see out the window right here because there's obviously a window. You can kind of see in my glasses. And it doesn't look like today's going to be rainy. And we'll see because the weather says rain and then one of the days is a snow day. But knock on wood, it doesn't happen, right? Right. But this weekend is supposed to be, you know, kind of the same, warm. So we'll see if that really happens. So anyway, it was great. It was great fun this last week. So shall we get on with the stitching? I think so. I usually do my stitching where I show you what I do every day, but I've kind of moved it around so that I can show you the finished object, which I did finish first, and then the new start, which I started later on in the week. But I wanted to do the finished object, the new start, and then the rest of my whips. So it'll be a little bit out of order, but that's okay. So guess what I finished? I bet you all know what I finished. That's right. I finished the Heaven and Earth Design Sal for 2025, which was Steampunk Portal. The artwork is by L&L Designs. I stitched this on a 25 count, easy count. 1/1, and I am so happy to be done with this. This was 85,000 stitches, and yay, it is finished. Trying to figure out which one is the top and which one is the bottom. It's this way. So there it is in all of its glory. I have not soaked it because I figured I would wait to soak it until I showed you guys. And yeah, so here it is. Look at that. It is so beautiful. I did actually finish this on, I think I finished this on Sunday. No, it wouldn't be Sunday. What am I talking about? I finished this on Monday night. Monday? Yeah, because I didn't have much left to go. So it got finished Monday night. And I'm super happy it's done. Super happy. Super, super happy. So now I just need to soak it, get all the lines out, and make it into a pillow. I really think it's going to be a really cool pillow once I get my things together. So, yay for that. So what took its spot? One of the Halloween things, right? So, the wheel spun this, and this is Pumpkin Houses by Owl Forest Embroidery using the kit floss and fabric. So I went ahead and started in the middle because I figured it would be just easier to start this one in the middle using Saga. I figured out how to use that program Saga, and I'm really kind of happy with it. It's different than the other program I use, but I enjoyed it. I liked it much better than Goodreader. So here is where I'm at. The middle building in that one color is complete. So this one is going away because I don't think it'll respin. So because I've told it not to respin. So this one will be going away until November for my new start November. So keep that in mind if you want to join me for November, new start November. All right. Well then, so this was my, was this? Oh, okay, I'm not going to tell you what daisies were because my brain just fried. So anyway, the wheel spun and picked Halloween in the Rain. And that is by this designer here. Oh, no, it's down here. That designer. No way am I even going to try. But this is what I worked on. This is being stitched on 32 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. And I think I'm doing, no, this is 2/1. Okay. Because there is 2 colors that are, if you had used what was called for, it was like a variegated. So what they did is they went ahead and used 1 strand of 2 colors. So, but I worked on the cloud. So the first cloud, I finished the first cloud and then worked on the second cloud since I still had that color. So it's kind of hard to see it, so I'll bring it closer. But those are the 2 clouds I worked on. Didn't do a lot, but I'm very happy with what I did accomplish on this one. So let's stick this away here. Come on. Here we go. All right. Okay. And then, Hello Halloween. I believe this is Kathy Barrett. Teresa Kogut. I'm sorry, this is Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogut. And this one is also on a 32 count, but this one is a very tight 32 count. And this is Heritage by Picture This Plus. So I am only using 1 strand of this 32 count. And I worked on the pumpkin. So I just did a little bit on that pumpkin there. So very happy with what I accomplished on this little pumpkin. I kind of wish I had done more because, yeah, this one's going away for a while. Because that's not part of New November or December stitching. And December stitching, I'm going to have to decide how much of the Christmas stitching I'm really going to do. Because even though I love Christmas, sometimes I don't like Christmas stitching. So we're going to have to see how that goes. All right. And then I worked on Ghostly Gatherings, which is a caterpillar cross stitch along on 32 count purple Primin. And this was using the kit floss and fabric, which the floss is DMC. And between working on it at night and working on it Saturday and Sunday night, I was able to complete clue 3. So I am completely caught up. The next clue is coming out on the 9th. So I'm super happy with how this turned out. Look at that. I think it is great. Now, I'm going to fess up and say the bottom is completely off. It's a row off and a column off, but I made it work. So you can't really even tell. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I think it is beautiful. And look at those eyeballs down at the bottom and more bones and pumpkin and ghosts coming out of the haunted house. I mean, it's fabulous. Yesterday, I only had to work on the black from the house down, that little bit of black right there. That's all I had left Sunday. So, yeah, I went ahead and just watched football, listened to the kids play. And I mostly listened to the kids play and stitched on this. So it was fabulous that I am now caught up, and this can be held off until the 9th. And then I will go back to working on it as much as possible until it's finished. Okay, so this project is not Boo. Boo did not come out and will not come out. I have decided that I really don't want to work on Boo right now. I don't know why, but I really don't. So yeah, Boo is going to be put back into the holding area of all my other whips. But this project, after I got done with Ghostly Gatherings, I spun the wheel. And the first project it pulled was Just Nan's Spider Moon. And I really didn't feel like working on that. So I put that aside. I spun it again, and it pulled Quaker Halloween. So Quaker Halloween moved into my Monday. That's my Monday stitch. And then I went, what the heck, I'll spin again, because I really wanted to stitch something, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to do Boo, and I don't want to pull Gamer out. So I spun it again, and this project came out. And I only had one square done. So, of the border. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and put the box borders in and then go from there. So this is going to be for this week until Saturday. This is going to be my nighttime stitching. And this is Trick or Treat by Cottage Garden Samplings. Oh my goodness. I don't seem to have words. So when I pulled this out, I only had the filigree done here, here, and here, and I had this box. And then way over here, I had a line of stitching because I had thought about just making them separate and then just doing a couple of them, and I changed my mind completely. So I ripped out what I had, you know, kind of off into the side of the fabric and started putting the boxes in. So it's still on the Q snap or the frame here so that I could continue working on it. But I got quite a bit of the framing blocked out. So I finished this corner of the filigree, went all the way down, bumped out where the next frame line goes, got all the way to the bottom. So this is how big it's going to be on this piece of paper, on this piece of fabric. So I did a lot last night on this. I was so happy and so jazzed doing it. It was so much fun. And I didn't tell you guys what I'm stitching this on. It's over here. So I know it's a Picture This Plus, and this is 40 count oaken Newcastle linen by Picture This Plus. And yeah, I was so happy with how much I was able to get accomplished on this. This one was almost a UFO. And in fact, at one point I did kind of have it in the UFO pile because I wasn't enjoying the 1/2 on this fabric. And I love 1/2. I mean, I've really fallen in love doing 36 count and 40 count. It's getting a little hard on the eyes, but I am enjoying it. So I was so happy. This will be coming out, like I said, every evening. I want to get the blocks done, and I'd like to get the filigree done in these, and then I'll fill in the inserts, the pumpkins and all of that. But I just want to get all this filigree work done. And then next week, we'll have to see. If I'm still jazzed about this project, I'll keep it. And if not, I will spin the wheel and pick something else to be my not my Saturday, Sunday. That's going to be the caterpillar cross stitch until it's finished. So I'm going to stitch, well, let me finish. So this one will be my project, and then maybe I will pick a different project for other stitching. So we'll have to wait and see how this turns out and how many weeks I work on this, because it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So, plans. I have put in, let's see, Monday is the Halloween Quaker by Cherished Stitches. Yeah, it's Cherished Stitches Halloween Quaker. Tuesday, I put Spider Moon in because I still am going to work on it. It was spun. I just didn't feel like working on it. I haven't spun for Wednesday, and Thursday is going to be the Ghostly Gatherings, and then Ghostly Gatherings is going to be Saturday and Sunday as well. So hopefully it's not a big clue and I can get it done within those 3 days. So I'm super jazzed about that. Yeah, I really am. And in fact, there's something else. Maybe plans. So yeah, the plans. Maybe this one, even though it's not on my list of Halloween stitches, maybe this one will be my next week's evening stitches, because I'm getting the fabric for this one today or tomorrow. No, I'm not. I don't know. But anyway, maybe I'll stitch this little dude and make this my weekend, or my evening stitches for next week. What do you think? I think he's super cute. It does call for 2 weeks dye works, but I will just substitute those if I don't have them. I'm not going to buy floss for these 2, but I think he's super cute. He would be fun stitch too, because I do have some 30 count coming in today, and I ordered another piece of 30 count. So I've got fabric for it. And then I could have maybe, maybe. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Should I start this guy next week, even though he's not on my Halloween stitching? I think he's super cute. Super cute. So yeah, when I did this order, this was the first one I put in my cart, because he makes me smile. He's stitching. I mean, how cute is that? How cute is that? Yeah. And I think I would start with the hedgehog first and not just do the border. But yeah, super cute. Anyway, and keeping Boo completely out. Yeah, I think the best decision is I'm not feeling Boo, but I don't want to work on Gamer. I may pull Gamer out for a new November, even though it's not a new stitch. Yeah, and I need to do something, because I really don't have a lot of new stitches either. So that would be interesting. Anyway, looking around, I really don't have anything else to talk to you guys about. I hope that your week goes good. I hope that you're all staying safe, healthy, and happy. Check out Absent Minded and Stitchers if you're looking for a new podcast to watch. And I hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.